Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Caitanya Book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on September 15th, 2020 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Mahakaraatidachalam Mangalang Ayate Garim Yatithachalahan Vande Sri Gurum Dinatadinam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanya Isram Harihi Om Tat Sat. So Lord Chaitanya is in Khadra and he took sannyas.
So Lord Chaitanya, he is in Katwa and he took sannyas.
So now it will go to the next stage.
Now it will go to the next stage.
The name of this chapter is
So today's chapter is Sri Krishna Caitanya Mahaprabhu enters the forest after accepting sannyas. Chaitanya Bhagavat. Sanskrit.
অবতীর্ণ স্বকারণ্য পরিচ্ছিন্ন সদীশ্বরে শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য নিত্যানন্দে দো ভ্রাতরো ভজে.
I worship the two brothers, Sri Krishna Caitanya and Sri Nityananda, who have descended in this world as the supreme controllers. They have appeared in covered forms as the embodiments of mercy.
নমস্ত্রিকাল সত্যায় জগন্নাথ সুতায় চ সভৃত্যায় সপুত্রায় সকলত্রায় তে নমঃ.
O my Lord, you are eternally existing in the past, present and future. Yet, you are the son of Sri Jagannath Mishra. I offer my repeated obeisances unto you along with your associates, your devotee servants, your sons, your Goswami disciples, or the process of devotional service, such as congregational chanting of the holy name, and your consorts, who, according to the regulative principles, refer to Vishnu Priya, who is Bhu Shakti, Lakshmi Priya, who is Sri Shakti, and Navadvip, which is Neela or Leela or Durga, and according to the devotional principles, refers to the two Gadadhar and Narahari, Ramananda, Jagadananda and others. So Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda are never alone.
They have their potencies, their associates,
They have their potencies, their associates,
who descend from the spiritual world with them.
who have descended from the spiritual world with them.
So these associates and energies of the Lord are being glorified in this verse.
So these associates and the energies of the Lord are being glorified in this verse.
শেষ খণ্ড কথা ভাই শুনো এক চিত্তে নীলাচলে গৌরচন্দ্র আইলা যে মতে.
Listen, dear brothers,
Listen, dear brothers,
with full concentration,
with full concentration,
the topics of the Sesh Khanda
The topics of this
Anjakanda.
of this Antya-khanda,
Where the Lord Chandra went to Nilachale, went to Jagannath Puri,
where the Lord Gaurachandra went to Nilachal, Jagannath Puri,
and describes how he got there.
and describes how he got there.
Now, in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, this, according to Jagannath Puri, is considered the Anjakanda.
So in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, is going to Jagannath Puri is considered the Antya-khanda,
Whereas in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's considered the Madhyakanda.
whereas in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is considered as the Madhya-khanda.
And Anjakanda is when he returns back to Jagannath Puri from his travel
And in the
all India.
And in the Antya-khanda, when he returns back to Jagannath Puri after his all India travel.
We're combining all the different books to tell the full pastime of Lord Chaitanya as we have received it.
So we are compiling all the books to tell you the full pastimes of Lord Chaitanya as we
Have received it.
as we have received it.
করিয়া সন্ন্যাস বৈকুণ্ঠের অধীশ্বর সে রাত্রি আছিলা প্রভু কণ্ঠক নগর।
After accepting sannyas, the Lord of Vaikuntha,
After accepting sannyas, the Lord of Vaikuntha,
Sri Krishna Caitanya,
Sri Krishna Caitanya,
spent that evening in Katwa.
spent that evening in Katwa.
কাটোয়ায় সন্ন্যাস গ্রহণ লীলার অব্যাহিত পরেই দিব্য বিরহ উন্মাদ লীলা প্রকাশ, মুকুন্দকে কীর্তন আরম্ভে আদেশ প্রদান করিলেন মাত্র প্রভু সন্ন্যাস গ্রহণ, মুকুন্দের আজ্ঞা হইল করিতে কীর্তন।
After Lord Gauranga accepted sannyas,
After Lord Gauranga accepted sannyas,
he immediately instructed Mukunda Datta to perform kirtan.
he immediately instructed Mukunda Datta to perform kirtan. In the sannyas order of life, there is no sanction for the performance of dancing, singing, or playing of musical instruments. But in the acceptance of sannyas in the form of renouncing bad association to worship the Lord, these three activities are not prohibited. Rather, they are accepted as means of serving the Supreme Lord. To check mundane kirtan, Sri Krishna Caitanya Deva ordered the kirtan leader Mukunda to perform Hari Kirtan.
So singing and dancing, mundane songs
So singing and dancing for mundane songs
is prohibited for the sannyasis.
is prohibited for the sannyasis.
But chanting the holy names of Krishna,
But chanting the holy names of Krishna,
playing on musical instruments,
playing on musical instruments,
dancing and kirtan
dancing in the kirtan
are not prohibited.
are not prohibited.
They are considered as transcendental activities, part of the worship of Krishna.
They are considered transcendental activities as a part of the worship for Krishna.
Our Lord Chaitanya wanted to keep a spiritual atmosphere after his taking sannyas.
So Lord Chaitanya wanted to keep his spiritual activities after taking sannyas.
That means he was not following the path of the Ekadandi sannyasis.
Showing to us that he was not following the path of Ekadhandi sannyasi.
He was actually following the path of Tridandi sannyas,
He was actually following the path of Tridhandi sannyas,
which means the Vaishnava process of sannyas.
which means the Vaishnava process of sannyas.
बोल बोल बोली प्रभु आरंभिला नृत्य চতুর্দিকে গাইতে লাগিলা সব ভৃত্য
Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya started to dance,
Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya started to dance
and he called out to everyone,
and he called out to everyone,
chant, chant.
chant, chant.
His servants surrounded him
His servants surrounded him
and started to chant,
and started to chant
began to sing.
and began to sing.
শ্বাস হাস শ্বেদ কম্প ফুলক হুঙ্কার জানি কতেক হয় অনন্ত বিকার
It is impossible to describe all the ecstatic symptoms of love.
It is impossible to describe all the ecstatic symptoms of love,
Like heavy breathing, laughing,
like heavy breathing, laughing, perspiring, trembling,
hair standing on end,
hair standing on end,
loud roaring,
and loud roaring.
How much can I explain the unlimited transformations
How much can I explain the unlimited transformation
that occurred in the body of Sri Krishna Caitanya?
that is occurred in the body of Sri Krishna Chaitanya? That occurred in the body of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Another reading of Sweda is Prema, and another reading of Ananta is unlimited, is Premer or of love.
কোটি সিংহ প্রায় যেন বিশাল গর্জন আছাড় দেখিতে ভয় পায় সর্বজন
Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya's loud roaring
The loud roaring
sounded like 10 million lions.
Sounded-
Almost like 10 million lions.
sounded like almost 10 million lions.
And everyone became frightened.
And everyone became frightened
To see the Lord's crashing to the ground and his activities.
to see the Lord's crushing to the ground and his activities.
কোন দিকে দণ্ড কমণ্ডল বা পরিলা নিজ প্রেমে বৈকুণ্ঠের প্রতি মত্ত হইলা
Which way his sannyas danda and Kamandala water pot
In which way his sannyas danda, Kamandalu water pot
fell
fell
and were lost.
and they were lost.
And the Lord became maddened in his own
As the
Lord of Vaikuntha,
as the Lord of Vaikuntha became maddened with his own
love.
Being intoxicated with his own Krishna prema, Swayam Rupa Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya displayed indifference toward the symbols of the renounced order of life, such as the dhanda, staff, and kamandalu, water pot.
ভগবান শ্রী গৌর সুন্দরের কেশব ভারতীকে আলিঙ্গন। নাচিতে নাচিতে প্রভু গুরুরে ধরিয়া আলিঙ্গন করিলেন বড় তুষ্ট হইয়া।
On dancing, Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya
While dancing, Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya
grabbed his spiritual master and embraced him.
grabbed his spiritual master and embraced him,
being greatly satisfied.
being greatly satisfied.
প্রভুর আলিঙ্গনে ভারতীর প্রেম পাইয়া প্রভুর অনুগ্রহ আলিঙ্গন ভারতের প্রেম ভক্তি হইল তখন।
Receiving Sri Krishna Chaitanya's merciful embrace,
Receiving Sri Krishna Chaitanya's merciful embrace,
Keshavarti became filled with ecstatic love of Krishna.
Keshava Bharati became filled with ecstatic love of Krishna
At that time,
at that time.
so this shows how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy
So this shows how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy
can give pure love of Krishna.
can give pure love of Krishna.
So his Guru Keshavarti, by receiving the embrace of the Lord,
His Guru Keshava Bharati, by receiving the embrace of the Lord,
his dormant love for Krishna was awakened.
his dormant love for Krishna was awakened.
পাক দিয়া দণ্ড কুমণ্ডল দূরে ফেলি সুকৃতি ভারতী নাচে হরি হরি বলি।
So, Keshavarti, whirling and dancing
Keshava Bharati whirling and dancing
in ecstasy of Krishna prema
in ecstasy of Krishna prema
through his danda, staff, and kamandalu water pot far away.
through his danda, staff, and kamandalu water pot far away.
The fortunate case of Bharati danced and chanted Hari 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 Bol.
Haribo, the fortunate Keshava Bharati danced and chanted Hari 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 Bol. Being intoxicated with Krishna Prem, Sri Krishna Caitanya Dev embraced his sannyas guru Keshava Bharati. And since Keshava Bharati also became filled with loving devotion as a result, he threw his danda, kamandalu, and cloth far away. Keshava Bharati was not simply a Mayavadi sannyasi. When the devotees realized that he had become a devotee of Gaura, their happiness knew no bounds.
So, Keshavarti has become a devotee Lord Chaitanya.
So Keshava Bharati had become a devotee of Lord Chaitanya.
Actually, we see how Lord Chaitanya gave him the mantra and then received that.
So actually we see how Lord Chaitanya gave him the mantra and received back.
So, by the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he awakened his natural love for Krishna.
So by the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he awakened back his natural love for Krishna.
বাহ্য দূরে গেল ভারতীর প্রেম রসে গড়াগড়ি যায় বস্ত্র না সম্বরে শেষে
So his external consciousness went far away. Keshav Bharati Maharaj's
So Keshava,
external consciousness went far away.
Keshava Bharati Maharaja's external consciousness went far away
Out of the mellows of transcendental love for Krishna.
out of the mellows of the transcendental love for Krishna.
He rolled on the ground
He rolled on the ground
and he was not able, his cloth became disheveled.
and his cloth became disheveled.
He was not able to, he was not conscious of his cloth.
He was not conscious of his cloth,
It became disheveled.
so it became disheveled. The word samvare means to control.
ভারতীরে কৃপা হইল প্রভুর দেখিয়া সর্বগণ হরি বলে ডাকিয়া ডাকিয়া
Saying how Lord Krishna Caitanya bestowed his mercy on Keshav Bharati Prabhu, Keshav Bharati Maharaj.
Seeing how the Lord Krishna Chaitanya bestowed his mercy on Keshava Bharati Maharaj,
Everyone began chanting the name of Hari.
everyone began chanting the name of Hari.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Another reading of Sarvagana Hari Bale Dakiya is Nirantara, Niravadi, Hari Bole Saveta. Everyone continually chanted the name of Hari.
সন্তোষে গুরুর সঙ্গে প্রভু করে নৃত্য দেখিয়া পরম সুখে গায় সব ভৃত্য
Vrita, Vrita. Huh?
এখানে ভুল লিখেছে ভুল লিখেছে
Huh? Really?
অ্যাকচুয়ালি ভৃত্য হয় ভৃত্য একটু ভাই দীর্ঘ তো ভূত
Lord Krishna Chaitanya was happily dancing with his guru.
Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya was happily dancing with his guru,
And all the servants saw this with great pleasure.
and all the servants saw this with great pleasure.
They all were chanting the holy names.
They were all chanting the holy names.
চারি বেদে ধ্যানে যারে দেখিতে দুষ্কর তার সঙ্গে সাক্ষাতে নাচয়ে নাসিবর
The rest of the sannyasis, Keshav Bharati,
The best of the sannyasis, Keshava Bharati,
danced with that personality
danced with that personality
on the four Vedas are difficult to see in
whom
meditation.
whom the four Vedas are difficult to see through meditation. The Narada Pancharatra, in the Narada Pancharatra, it is stated, Stuvanti Veda Yam Shasvat Nantam Janati Yasya Vai Tam Stavami Paramanandam Sanandam Nandanandanam. Even after constantly offering prayers to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, the Vedas cannot reach the end of his glories. Therefore, I offer my obeisances to the son, to Nanda's son, who is the personification of transcendental bliss. Yadi Veda na janati mahatmyam paramatmanah na janina tasya gunyam Vedanusharino Vayam. If the glories of the Super Soul are unknown even to the Vedas, then how can we, the followers of the Vedas, understand your transcendental qualities?
কেশব ভারতী পদে বহু নমস্কার অনন্ত ব্রহ্মাণ্ডনাথ শিষ্যরূপে যার
I offer my repeated obeisances at the lotus feet of Keshavarti,
I offer my repeated obeisances at the lotus feet of Keshava Bharati,
who the Lord of the unlimited universes
the Lord of the unlimited universes,
has accepted being his disciple.
being his disciple. Another reading of Bahu, many is Rahu, let me offer. In the Purusha Shukta of the Shvetashvara Upanishad, it is stated as follows: Om etavan asya mahima ato jayamscha purushaha pado asya vishvabhutani tripadasyaamritam divi. The past, present and future universes are manifestation of the Lord's powers, but the Lord himself is much greater. All the living beings of the universe are but 1/4 portion, and the eternal nature in the spiritual sky exists in the 3/4 portion. In the Narada Pancharatra, it is stated, Mahavishnoscha lomnam cha vivareshu pritak pritak brahmandhani cha pratyekam ashankyani cha narada. Innumerable universes emanate from the pores of Mahavishnu's body. O Narada, vast reservoirs of water issue from him, his bodily pores, and enter each of those universes. Saheva cha Mahavishnu Krishnasya Paramatmanaha Sadamsho Bhagavata Parasya Prakrite Paraha. Lord Mahavishnu, who is beyond the material creation, is only the 1/16th portion of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Soul. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated as follows: Ekopyasau rachayitam jagadanda kotim yachaktirasti jagadanda chayatiranta andantarasta paramanu chayantarastam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship the personality of Godhead, Govinda, who by one of his plenary portions enter into the existence of every universe and every particles of atoms, and thus unlimitedly manifest his infinite energy all over the material creation. Keshava Bharati, whom Sri Chaitanya Deva made glorious by acting as his disciple and accepting him as his spiritual master, was most fortunate.
So here it's glorifying Lord Chaitanya is the source of all the Mahavishnu, who is the source of all of the universes.
So here it is glorifying Lord Chaitanya as the source of Mahavishnu, who is the source of all the universes.
But he has come down as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
But he had come down as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
And he's dancing and doing the Sankirtan.
And he is dancing and doing the Sankirtan.
And Keshav Bharati, who was his sannyas, so-called sannyas guru,
And Keshava Bharati was his so-called sannyas guru.
he was also filled with ecstatic love of Krishna.
He was also filled with ecstatic love for Krishna.
এই মতো সর্বরাত্রি গুরুর সংহতি নৃত্য করিলেন বৈকুণ্ঠের অধিপতি।
As the Supreme Lord of Vaikuntha, the spiritual world,
As the Supreme Lord of Vaikuntha, the spiritual world,
spent the whole night in this way dancing
spent the whole night in this way dancing
with his guru,
with his guru.
প্রভুর কেশব ভারতীর নিকট বিদায় প্রার্থনা বিপ্রলম্বে অরণ্যে প্রবেশ ইচ্ছা ভারতীর প্রভুর সঙ্গে গমন। প্রভাত হইলে প্রভু বাহ্য প্রকাশিয়া চলিলেন গুরুস্থানে বিদায় লইয়া।
in the early morning,
In the early morning,
Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya
Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya
manifested his external consciousness.
manifested his external consciousness.
He went to see his spiritual master,
He went to see his spiritual master
seeking permission
for seeking permission
to leave.
to leave.
অরণ্যে প্রবিষ্টময় হইম সর্বথা প্রাণনাদ মোর কৃষ্ণ চন্দ্রপাও যথা।
I must enter the forest
I must enter the forest
to search for the Lord of my life,
to search for the Lord of my life,
my dear Lord Krishna Chandra.
my dear Lord Krishna Chandra.
গুরু বলে আমিও চলিব তোমার সঙ্গে থাকিব তোমার সাথে সংকীর্তন রঙ্গে।
The Guru replied, I'll go with you. I will stay with you.
The Guru replied, I will go with you, I will stay with you,
And relish the ecstasy of Sankirtan.
and will relish the ecstasy of Sankirtan.
Sankirtan can mean congregational chanting of Hare Krishna,
Sankirtan can mean congregational chanting of Hare Krishna
or the discussion of topics of Lord Krishna.
or discussion of the topics of Lord Krishna.
কৃপা করি প্রভু সঙ্গে লইলেন তানে অগ্রে গুরু করিয়া চলিলা প্রভু বনে।
Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya mercifully accepted taking Guru with him.
Lord Sri Krishna Caitanya mercifully accepted taking his Guru with him.
He kept the Guru in front,
He kept his Guru in front,
and the Lord departed for the forest.
And the Lord departed for the forest. Thus ends the chapter. Sri Krishna Caitanya Mahaprabhu enters the forest after accepting sannyas.
Actually, in the Vedas, taking sannyas is prohibited.
Actually, in the Vedas, taking sannyas is prohibited
In this age of Kali.
in this age of Kali.
So that was explained that this, living in a forest
That was explained that as living in the forest
is not recommended.
is not recommended.
Living in an ashram, worshiping the deity of the Lord,
Living in the ashram, worshipping the deities of the Lord,
that is acceptable.
that is acceptable.
So we are not the traditional sannyasis.
So we are not the traditional sannyasis.
We're following the sannyas ashram in the path of Lord Chaitanya.
We are following the sannyas ashram in the path of Lord Chaitanya.
So any question?
No. Question from Kakuli Rani, Damodar Desh. Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj. Please accept my heartfelt and respectful obeisances unto your lotus feet, my dearest spiritual father. Srila Prabhupada never ever said for us to be vegan and preach vegan. What does this mean, Guru Maharaj? It is a bit confusing for me about vegan. Please guide this fallen soul, your sheltered Kakuli Rani from Damodar Desh.
Prabhupada has said that
Prabhupada has said that
taking cow milk to those of finer intelligence,
taking cow milk develops the finer intelligence,
they're able to understand Krishna consciousness.
will be able to understand Krishna consciousness.
At the same time, we like to protect the cows.
At the same time, we would like to protect the cows.
And so where possible, we try to eat milk from protected cows.
So as much as possible, we try to eat milk from protected cows.
The vegans they say since the cows are mistreated,
The vegans, they say, since the cows are mistreated,
I better not take any milk.
better not to take any milk.
But Prabhupada knew that this difficulty was there.
But Prabhupada knew that this difficulty was there,
He thought it was important to offer the milk to Krishna,
but he thought it was important to offer milk to Krishna
and then they can take it.
and then we can take it.
So we only take milk for prasad.
So we can only take milk as prasad.
Of course, this month we don't take milk
Of course, this month we don't take milk
as part of our Chaturmasya.
as part of our Chaturmasya.
First month no spinach, second month no dahi, third month no milk.
First month no spinach, second month no doi, third month no milk.
In the fourth month of the non-vegetarian should become a vegetarian,
And on the fourth month, the non-vegetarians should become vegetarians,
and vegetarians we don't take urad dal,
and the vegetarians normally don't take urad dal.
which for South India, since Italy's dosas contain urad dal, is
In
great
South
austerity.
So in South India, since Italy dosas contain urad dal, it is a big austerity. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Kindly accept my respectful obeisances. At the point when the thought of sense gratification comes and tries to drag us away, how to trick the mind? Question from Sada Nandini Yogini Devi Dasi.
Make our goal in life to serve Krishna.
We should make our goal in life to serve Krishna.
Sometimes the senses will give us pleasure, sometimes they'll give us suffering.
Sometimes the senses will give us pleasure, sometimes will give us suffering.
So you should not be very dependent on the senses.
So we should not be very dependent on the senses.
They're not reliable.
They are not reliable.
That way, by keeping our mind on Krishna,
In that way, by keeping our mind on Krishna,
we can advance.
we can advance.
Now, while we live in the material world,
The more we live in the material world,
as long as we live,
as long we live in this material world,
we will have senses.
we'll have senses.
And sometimes the senses will experience pleasure,
And sometimes the senses would experience pleasure,
sometimes suffering.
sometimes suffering.
So, we should not be very much illusioned by this.
So we should not be very much illusioned by this.
It's not the real happiness we're searching for.
So this is not the real happiness that we are searching for.
Certain amount of pleasure is needed
Certain amount of pleasure is needed
just to keep us balanced in the material world.
just to keep us balanced in this material world.
Our goal should be to have that spiritual pleasure we're hearing about Lord Chaitanya having.
So our goal should be to have the spiritual pleasure what Lord Chaitanya is having.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, this is the last question. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. I am unable to remember Krishna when I am doing my office work as much as I can remember Krishna when I am doing devotional service activities. Kindly guide me how to remember Krishna even when doing office work. Yaar Prabhu? Oh. Your humble servant and aspiring disciple Sridhar.
Just that when we do our office work,
So just that when we do our office work,
we dedicate the work to Lord Krishna.
we dedicate the work to Lord Krishna.
A certain percentage of the income
Certain percentage of the income
we may give to Krishna.
we may give it to Krishna.
So even though we may not be always able to think of Krishna while we're working,
So even though we may be not able to always think about Krishna while we are working,
since the activity is offered to Krishna,
since the activity is offered to Krishna,
that will suffice.
that will suffice.
All right?
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.